It's 3 p.m. and time for the Daily Community Briefing. Team coverage of the latest local news important to you. Now let's head to the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios for the Daily Community Briefing.
Good afternoon and welcome in to your Daily Community Briefing here live on WBON TV Channel 9. I'm Michael Watkins here with you on this Tuesday edition, and we've got lots to get to. Before we get into the newscast, I want to say a thank you to our great sponsors like Bishop Small Engine Repair. Keep your power equipment working strong all season long with help from Bishop Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop service your mower and power equipment located on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We're also brought to you by Affordable Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning at 859-779-0122. In our lead story, a local man was recently taken into custody following hitting a vehicle with a stick and leading police on a foot chase. According to the Richmond Police Department, around 1 a.m. on June 14th, they were dispatched to the intersection of Edwards and Ballard Drive in reference to a male subject hitting a car with a wooden stick. Police found the suspect matching the description provided by the owner of the car, identified as Jerry E. Fryer. However, after dropping the stick, he ran from police and did not stop until he hit a fence. Police continue that Fryer then maintained an aggressive stance towards police. The chase then continued with Fryer allegedly continuing to be threatening towards officers. The citation continues that after a brief struggle, two officers were able to take Fryer into custody. Officers report that Fryer was speaking to multiple individuals who were not present as he was placed into the cruiser. Upon speaking to the victim, the tail light on the car was broken, totaling around $200 in damage. The stick, as well as photographs of the damage to the car, were logged by the Richmond police. Fryer was arrested and charged with resisting arrest, criminal mischief, fleeing or evading police on foot, menacing, and public intoxication excluding alcohol. Fryer has no address and was listed on the citation as homeless. Well, yesterday was the opening day for a trial of two Pulaski County Constables on federal charges. Michael Wally Wallace and Gary Baldock are charged with planting methamphetamine on victims to make arrest and for making illegal search and seizures. Their attorney is saying both men are innocent. The trial is being held in U.S. District Court in London. It could last up to 8 days. Well, a state lawmaker, her daughter, and a Louisville candidate for mayor have joined together in a lawsuit against two police officers and former interim chief Robert Schroeder. State Representative Attica Scott, along with her daughter Ashanti Scott, and political activist and mayoral candidate Shamika Parrish-Wright, filed the suit after all three were arrested on federal charges as they participated in a protest for Breonna Taylor. The three were charged with first-degree rioting, failure to disperse, and unlawful assembly, and were all jailed. All the charges were later dropped by the county attorney's office. Well, the Clean the Creek initiative, originally scheduled for Saturday, has been postponed due to high water. The project is the work of Ashley Hatton, co-owner of Newbie Country Store, to help make Jigwater Creek a little more family-friendly. The event is now rescheduled for July 10th from 9 a.m. to noon. Trash bags will be provided and will feature live music and food for the volunteers. Well, could the city of Ravenna be without a mayor? In a rather contentious Ravenna City Council meeting Monday, Mayor Valerie Flincham allegedly threw down her keys, stating she did not sign up for this and was going to the House. Flincham, apparently upset with public comments and conflicts with other council members, left the meeting in progress. Before Flincham walked out, Ravenna City Clerk Angie Napier informed the council she did not have to put up with this and was done. Acting council members appointed Councilmember Tammy Howe to continue to preside over the meeting. Despite the drama, some business was conducted, including a decision to make the entrance to the Kiwanis ballpark known as Blake Crow Way to honor the recent tragic death of Estill County head baseball coach Blake Crow. Another street without a name was suggested to be named Honor Art Long. Mr. Long graciously left the city a monetary gift in his will. The council voted unanimously to approve both motions. In other business, the city appointed a 5-member committee to help select an engineering firm for the recent FEMA grant. Lexington police are investigating a deadly one-vehicle crash that occurred early Sunday night. Emergency personnel responded to an injury crash on the 800 block of West High Street at about 1:40 a.m. Sunday morning. Police said the 31-year-old Christopher Smith died at the scene after his vehicle veered off the road and hit a large metal utility pole. Well, many families have been impacted by elder abuse to their loved ones. Whether living at home with the family or in a nursing home, there are multiple ways that the elderly community is taken advantage of and disenfranchised. To bring to light some of these issues for National Elder Abuse Awareness Day today, WBON-TV spoke to elder law attorney Scott Collins of Richmond, who had some surprising information to share, including that the abuse usually comes from inside the family. With the story, here's WBON-TV's news director, Marissa Hempel.
June 15th is World Elder Abuse Awareness Day. According to local attorney Scott E. Collins of the Elder Law Practice, elder abuse is something that sometimes gets swept under the rug or a conversation that many are embarrassed to speak about. In order to get more information and raise awareness about the different types of elder abuse, Collins elaborates to WBON-TV.
It's not talked about enough, and it's kind of embarrassing when people are aware of it, so that's even more of a reason. Even if they're not aware, they also may want to cover it up. So it can be a very difficult issue, and often when occurring, it's occurring by the perpetrator is a family member. 90% of the time it's either a family member or a close trusted friend. So now you've got not just the embarrassment or the shame of it, you've got people you care deeply about. You don't want your granddaughter or child or something like that to go to jail for having done something. So you just kind of cover it up.
Collins said many would be surprised to know just how often elder abuse occurs.
The numbers are staggering. We're talking something on the order of 7,000 cases a month in the state of Kentucky alone. About 32 million cases nationally, and of those most of us believe that there's only about 1 in 40, 1 in 50 of them that are ever reported.
Collins says there are different kinds of abuse: emotional, physical, sexual, and financial, the latter of which seems the most prolific.
Law enforcement would tend to say there's a lot of physical abuse. I think there is just as much, probably more, financial abuse, and it's harder to do anything with. There's clear evidence if there's a bruise on someone, but it's really hard to prove that someone took the money, especially against, mom, dad, grandma's wishes. I really think it's probably something like 60-40 in terms of financial being the 60% of the types of cases.
Collins said the first step would be to contact Adult Protective Services or law enforcement, and then to possibly lawyer up at his law office in downtown Richmond.
Call my law firm. I can lead you through some things. It may very well be that the very next step I say, let's go to the law enforcement agency. There is Adult Protective Services. People are somewhat aware of that being an avenue to call and make a report, but often because the governmental agency is so overworked, there is no response. They do a little investigation and then they just drop the issue. Whether it is financial, and it might just be emotional abuse, frankly, but if there's physical abuse as well, any of those three categories, I can direct you in the best way to go if Adult Protective Services won't take any traction.
Some of the signs to look for emotional abuse of an elder or loved one would be unusual changes in behavior or sleep, fear, anxiety, isolation, or being not responsive. With physical, look for broken bones, bruises, welts, cuts, sores, burns, stained or bloody underclothing, poor nutrition or dehydration, and lack of medical aids such as glasses, walkers, teeth, hearing aids, or medications. The most common, as Collins said, financial warning signs include unusual changes In bank account or money management, a will or financial documents, fraudulent signatures on financial documents, or unpaid bills. To report elder abuse in Madison and surrounding counties, you can contact Alice Salyers, the Bluegrass District Ombudsman, at 859-277-9215, or call Kentucky's Elder Abuse and Neglect Hotline at 1-877-228-7384. For more stories such as these, always be sure to tune in right here to your Wallingford broadcasting stations. For Channel 9 News, I'm Marissa Hempel.
Thanks, Marissa. The Kentucky Community and Technical College Systems Board of Regents has voted to keep tuition flat for the coming year. Board Chair Gail Henson says in a news release that they made the decision in part to help families affected by the pandemic. According to the release, the schools of the Community and Technical College System already have the lowest tuition in the state at $179 per credit hour. Out-of-state students from counties contiguous to Kentucky pay $358 per credit hour. All other out-of-state students pay $627 per credit hour. It's now time for our first commercial break here on our newscast. Plenty more to get to when we come back, so don't change that dial. We'll come right back on the newscast here live on WBON-TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures in Irvin is here to take your summer meals to a whole new level. Now is the perfect time to stop by and get cantaloupes or sugar baby watermelons. And Mountain Adventures has also added bread, Weisenberger products, and Kentucky Mountain Moonshine truffles. On Fridays, you can now get your favorite treat from Side Porch Cafe at Mountain Adventures. It's literally your one-stop shop for the perfect family meal. Stop by today. Mountain Adventures at 68 River Drive in Irvin, or like Mountain Adventures on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Old West, the way you remember it. Good guys and bad guys. Come and join us as we watch and talk about the best of the West.
Western movies, TV shows, and more.
Draw Western Theater, Saturdays at 1 p.m.
Here on Richmond's very own Channel 9.
We're back here live on our newscast, brought to you today by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue. Let Bluegrass Marble and Granite take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. We're also brought to you by Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. Davis & Powell Funeral Home has the best aftercare in the business. When every detail counts, remember Davis & Powell Funeral Home. Well, a public notice from the Richmond Police Department today, beginning around 5 p.m. and lasting until 7 p.m., there will be a military visitation and funeral service at Combs, Parsons, and Collins Funeral Home. At the conclusion of the service, there will be full military honors, including several rounds of what will sound like gunshots. According to the RPD, there will be blanks and should raise no cause for alarm. During this time, Main Street from Lancaster Avenue to North 3rd Street will be briefly closed for the end of the ceremony. The Richmond Police Department wants to thank citizens for understanding as they assist in honoring a hero. Governor Andy Beshear, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, also known as FEMA, and the Kentucky Emergency Management announced additional FEMA staff will be available in person to assist Kentuckians eligible for federal disaster aid. We appreciate FEMA continuing to partner with us to help Kentuckians rebuild from devastating flooding, said Governor Beshear. The additional FEMA staff helping from devastating flooding and Kentucky families in person will ensure more of our people can get the help they need before the June 23rd deadline to apply for federal disaster assistance. Kentucky homeowners, renters, or business owners in 31 counties who had property damage or loss caused by the severe storms from February 27th to March 14th can visit individual assistance registration support centers for help. June 16th through the 18th in Clay County and June 17th through the 19th in Floyd and Lee counties, FEMA staff will be available to help with registration, answer questions about appeals, and scan documents into applicants' case files. No appointments are necessary. The deadline to apply for federal disaster assistance is Wednesday, June 23rd. The deadline to apply for low-interest disaster loans from the U.S. Small Business Administration is Tuesday, June 22nd. This is the largest award for displaced individuals from damage to homes since a massive flooding event impacted the state in May of 2010 when more than 4,200 structures were affected. In this case, counties have reported more than 1,200 instances of damage to infrastructure, debris removal, and emergency measures costing more than $72 million. Assistance can include grants for temporary housing and home repairs, low-cost loans to cover uninsured property losses, and other programs to help individuals and business owners recover from the effects of the storms. There is a note on the article that says locations, dates, and times of the registration support centers are subject to change based on needs or circumstances. You can call the FEMA helpline at 800-621-3362 to check availability. Well, the Richmond Parks and Recreation Department is bringing a new initiative to the City Park and Play. As part of a drive to bring more recreation and wellness access to underserved communities, the department will be visiting various locations across Richmond over the next few weeks with a van containing multiple types of fun and engaging activities. This idea is building off of the growing nationwide movement of mobile recreation units, a chance for communities who have current difficulty accessing traditional recreation opportunities to become more engaged. This program will be targeted for children between the ages of 3 to 12 years old, but families are welcome to attend. It will be every Thursday at rotating parks or other important community locations. The dates, times, and locations for June and July are listed below. Thursday, June 17th, which is coming up this Thursday at Lake Reba Park from 9 to 11 a.m. Then on Thursday, June 24th at the Betty Miller Teen Center from 9 to 11 a.m. On Thursday, July 8th at Million Park from 9 to 11 a.m. Thursday, July 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Smith Village Community Center. Thursday, July 22nd from 9 to 11 a.m. at Camp Catalpa Park. And Thursday, July 29th from 1 to 3 p.m. at Robertson Terrace Playground. Well, Baptist Health Richmond invites all cancer survivors, whether you're still undergoing treatment or living past cancer, to join together for the National Cancer Survivor Month celebration. All survivors will receive a personal gift from the Baptist Health Richmond Cancer Care Team to celebrate your journey through survivorship. Hope Grows Here will take place Tuesday, June 15th. That's today from 5 to 6 p.m. at the Baptist Health Richmond North Entrance. All survivors will stay in their vehicle for the duration of the celebration, and registration is not required. For more information about the event, you can call Karen Jacobs. She's an RN oncology nurse navigator. Her phone number is 859-408-2022. It's now time for our second commercial break. When we come back, lots more to get to, folks. We'll have some COVID numbers for you, plus an interview with Rick Markham of the Madison Southern Track and Field Team. That's coming your way next on the Daily Community Briefing, live on WBON-TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Mountain Adventures in Irvin is here to take your summer meals to a whole new level. Now is the perfect time to stop by and get cantaloupes or sugar baby watermelons. And Mountain Adventures has also added bread, Weisenberger products, and Kentucky Mountain Moonshine truffles. On Fridays, you can now get your favorite treat from Side Porch Cafe at Mountain Adventures. It's literally your one-stop shop for the perfect family meal. Stop by today. Mountain Adventures at 68 River Drive in Irvin, or like Mountain Adventures on Facebook.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond.
You know when you step outside and it feels absolutely perfect? The air's not too warm, not too cool, just perfection? Now imagine if you could have that same feeling inside your home at a price that feels even better. You can, thanks to the folks at Affordable Heating and Air. Call 859-779-0122 now and get the best Lennox home comfort systems at a price you'll love. That's Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122 or online at affordableheating-air.com.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Old West, the way you remember it. Good guys and bad guys.
Come and join us as we watch and talk about the best of the West.
Western movies, TV shows, and more.
Draw Western Theater, Saturdays at 1 p.m.
Here on Richmond's very own Channel 9.
We're back here on our newscast, brought to you today by ABR Auto Recyclers, Chad Tate with Shelter Insurance, and Mike's Hike and Bike. Last night on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, we did a recap of the state high school track and field championships. We also had an interview with Rick Markham, the head coach of Madison Southern's track and field team, to get an update on how some of his athletes did during the state tournament. Talking with Coach Markham of the Madison Southern track and field team. And Coach, before we get into the events that took place this past weekend, just talk about the season and how your team performed throughout the year.
Well, the season, just the fact that we had a season was a success after last year, and going into this year, fully pessimistic, thinking that we probably wouldn't get to finish the season out without being shut down at least once or multiple times, like football was, basketball was, all the other sports earlier in the year due to COVID. But we actually we had some changes early on with limitations on meet sizes we could attend and how many we could actually compete or how many spectators we could actually get into meets. But all of that kind of went away about spring break, and things pretty much got back to normal.
Well, I know that Fuzz Carson and Jonah Farnstrom were two really good athletes that I've seen on the football field, and they were obviously important for you as well. Talk about the different events that they competed in and how they did in the state tournament this weekend.
Fuzz, or Braden Carson, he actually qualified in 3 separate events, but wanted to concentrate primarily on high jump. Jonah went in as one of the favorites in the 400-meter dash for AAA, Class AAA, which is the largest class. There's only single A, double A, triple A in track. It doesn't go up to further like football does. But Jonah was one of the top couple ranked in the 400 meters and went in and ran a very, very strong 400 meter Saturday. The boys that beat him actually PR'd had a personal record by quite a lot. And, and he just ran the race of his life. So Jonah it wasn't his shortcoming. It was the other boy just ran unbelievably well that day.
When you look ahead to the summer and getting ready for next year, kind of what are the plans for Madison Southern track and field?
Well, we will have a handful compete through the summer with more on the club level or individually in AAU meets, USATF meets. There's always a few that will go through the summer, and that doesn't wrap up until up in August. So there'll still be some things going on the next 2 or 3 months. We'll get into some off-season conditioning mid-fall, and we were kind of limited last year. We got started a little late last year due to limitations, and hopefully this next year we can gear up and be ready a lot earlier than last year and be set up looking at a really strong year going into next spring and the indoor season next January, February, and then the outdoor season starting in March.
All right, Coach, I appreciate it, my man. Congratulations to you and the athletes on a successful season, and look forward to seeing you all again competing next year. Good luck to the athletes as they compete this summer as well and get ready for next year with both Madison Southern and Madison Central's track squads. 7 new cases to report of COVID-19 in Madison County today, which brings the number of active cases to 49. Madison County still in the yellow for the current incidence rate. Today, a slight increase for the overall incidence rate for Madison County. Yesterday, we were at 6.8. Today, up to 6.9. So still hanging around in that yellow category for the current incidence rate. Today, only one county in the red here in the state of Kentucky. That county is Webster County, who has continued to linger in the red for the last week or so. Folks, we appreciate you being with us here on the newscast today. Don't forget, we'll be right back, same time and same place tomorrow on WBON TV, Channel 9.